Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. The link's in the comments there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Can you see the links in the comments? Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, just chant. You don't have to be Hindu. Whatever you are. Religious or non-religious, chant this name. Just over and over again. Just feel the vibration. Sing this name like this. Hare Krishna, rap this name. See what happens. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama. All right, we're wrapping it up. We're wrapping Krishna up in a nice package, delivering him to the world. He's the best baby in town. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. He's a blue baby that lives. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Jesus, Prabhupada, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Krishna 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 Wow, Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Oh my Lord. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasari, Gora, Bhaktivinoda, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasari, Gora, Bhaktivinoda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Radhika, Nectar Meditation on Sri Radhika. Her bodily splendor, which chastises lightning. Her bodily splendor, which chastises lightning. Champaka flowers, gold, and kumkum should be described. The nectar of her name should be heard. Her bodily splendor chastises lightning. Champaka flowers, gold, and kumkum should be described. The nectar of her name should be heard. The nectar of her name should be heard. Expertly tied with beautiful flowers. With beautiful flower blossoms at its end. The glory of all flowers, making it seem like dark monsoon cloud embroidered with glittering moonlight. Doe-eyed Radha's braided hair shines with great splendor. Expertly tied with beautiful flower blossom at its end, and the glory of its flowers making it seem like a dark moonshine cloud embroidered with glittering moonlight. Doe-eyed Radha's braided hair shines with great splendor. She wears a priceless crest jewel. She wears a priceless crest jewel. She bears the mark of Kamadev. She wears a priceless crest jewel, and she bears the mark of Kamadev. A line gracefully marks the part of her hair. Her pearl necklace is splendid as a line of stars. Is this a flood of nectar flowing from the moon of her face? Is this a flood of nectar flowing from the moon of her face? She wears a priceless crest jewel. She bears the mark of Kamadev. A line gracefully marks the part of her hair. Her pearl necklace is splendid as a line of stars. Her pearl necklace is splendid as a line of stars. Is this a flood of nectar flowing from the moon of her face? Her beautiful forehead is like a crescent moon and decorated with graceful curly locks of hair. Her beautiful designs and wonderful pictures drawn in musk. The wealth of her eyes leaves Krishna always unsatiated. The wealth of her eyes leaves Krishna always unsatiated. The wealth of her eyes leaves Krishna always unsatiated. The wealth of her eyes always leaves Krishna unsatiated. She is very beautiful. 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 Her curved eyebrows defeat Kamadev's unstringed bow. Her curved eyebrows defeat Kamadev's unstringed bow. In this, a line of bumblebee. Is this a line of bumblebees, motionless from having drunk the nectar they desired from these lotus eyes? Is this a line of bumblebees, motionless from having drunk the nectar they desired from these lotus eyes? Line of bumblebees? Having drunk the nectar from these lotus eyes? Her beautiful glistening mascara. Her beautiful glistening mascara. Her beautiful glistening mascara. Her beautiful glistening mascara. Anointed eyes. Her beautiful glistening mascara. Anointed eyes. Her beautiful. Her beautiful glittering mascara anointed eyes are like two sapphire fishes, are like two safari fishes shining with the desire to sport in the ocean of her beloved's handsomeness. She finds the betel mark of her beloved. Safari fishes, Eva like Penau, beloved, Ishvana of handsomeness, Vanya, flood, Ispate, desired, Rajatu, shines, shines, Te, they, Dakao, eyes, Anda, indeed, Danye, beautiful, beautiful eyes, shines, beautiful eyes, shines, beautiful eyes of devotion, shines, splendid, Lasat, splendid, Kajala with mascara, Akate, anointed, Tayu of them. Shama, dark. Pakane, side. Kavachit, somewhere. Vindate finds Kanta of her beloved. Tambula of the betel nuts. Lakanma, the mark. If a stationary flash of lightning were decorated with stars. If a stationary flash of lightning were decorated with stars, 2 bubbles of nectar placed beneath it, and the whole thing placed within a lotus flower, it would be defeated by doe-eyed Radha's splendid nose. Her cheeks, eyes, and bimba fruit lips are beautiful. She wears a pearl, beautiful, with a large sapphire. The rain of sweetness from her smile makes Krishna's heart thirst. Kapola, cheeks, akani, eyes, bimba, fruit. Adara, lips. Kray, vivatam, beautiful. Bave, maybe, mukatam, pearl. Pinay, large. Nile, blue. Ati, very. Raktam, red. Smita, a smile. Ajat, rising. Pu, pow, opening. Udana, manifested. Madhurya, of sweetness. Vano, shower of sweetness. Lasati, shines. Achyuta, Krishna. Svanta, in the heart. Tarna, of thirst. Eka, soul. Sanu, creation. I think her glistening jewel hoop earrings are Kamadev's nooses to catch Krishna's eyes. Tenth Canto. The Gopis' Song of Separation, 31. The Gopi said, O beloved, the Gopi said, O beloved, your birth in the land of Raj. O beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it exceedingly glorious. O beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it exceedingly glorious. Oh, beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it exceedingly glorious. Oh, beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it exceedingly glorious. Oh, beloved, your birth in the land of Raj has made it exceedingly glorious. And thus Indra, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. Thus Indra, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. It is only for your sake that we, your beloved servants, it is only for your sake, we, your beloved servants, maintain our lives. It is only for your sake we, beloved servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you. We have been searching everywhere for you. So please show yourself to us. So please show yourself to us. O Lord of love, in beauty, your glance. O Lord, in love, in beauty, your glance excels the world of the finest. O Lord O Lord of love, in beauty your glance excels the world of the finest. O Lord of love, in beauty your glance excels the world of the finest. Most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. O Lord of love, in beauty your glance excels the world of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. O Lord of love. 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 In beauty, in beauty, your glance. In beauty, your glance. In beauty, your glance excels the world of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus in the autumn pond. O bestower of benedictions. O bestower of benedictions. O bestower of benedictions. O bestower of benedictions. You are killing the maidservants who have given themselves to you freely without any price in this. Isn't this murder? O bestower of benedictions. Yeah. Lord Shiva is easily pleased, it said, and he gives benedictions, but they're usually material. easy to please. You can go out and do some fruitive work. Yeah, it's pretty sort of easy, and then you get some money, stuff like that. See, sort of easy to please. It's hard work, but you can do it. But to please Krishna is another thing. See, and these are real benedictions. They're spiritual and they're lasting. They last forever. How about this? The freedom from the cycle of birth and death. That's a benediction, huh? Can you imagine? By pleasing Krishna, you're freed from the cycle of birth and death. See, that's why Krishna told Madhavinda Puri, because of your ecstatic love, I'm going to deliver the world. You've been delivered here. Now you're hollowed out, and I'm going to use you to deliver people now. I'm going to give them my pleasure and deliver them out of the universe. That's the only way to really be delivered, pleasing the Lord. See, and then you get the benediction, and that's a chunk change. Oh yeah, delivered. That's automatic. That's no problem. Okay. The best Lord Shiva usually does is liberation to please, if that's what you really want, because he's in charge of that. I could get you Krishna too if you want that too, because he's a devotee. See, only devotees can give you that benediction. Yeah. See, by the mercy of Krishna, you get such a devotee, a guru like this. And by the mercy of the guru, you get Krishna. And that means you're able to please Krishna in please his transcendental happiness, his transcendental sense enjoyment. See, you can feed him now so that he can grow in you more and more forever. So you get more and more relation. Yeah. Oh, greatest of personalities. Oh, greatest of personalities. See, Krishna is the greatest person, greatest of personalities. I was reading yesterday again, I was listening to Gitamrita, which is such an amazing complement to Prabhupada's Gita, the Gitamrita. And Krishna was saying, that basically I'm here in this, I pervade this whole universe in my unmanifested form. This whole universe is my he said unmanifested form. See, and then Vishwanath Chakravarti explained that more. He said, then Krishna says, actually, that's why, everything is in me, in my unmanifested form, but I'm not in here. He said, I don't associate with the material energy. Now, that's interesting. He said, I don't associate with the material. I just, I don't, associate with it. Everything's in me, but at the same time, I'm not in him. So what is this? Who is this person that's not in this world? That's the question that should be asked. People listen to that and they just hear, oh yeah, the Lord is pervading his unmanifested form. They never even think like, what does that mean? And then he says, well, actually, I don't associate with the material energy. That's why I'm not in it. Everything's in me, but I'm not in them. I'm not in this. I don't associate with the material energy. See, that's the paradox. So who is this that doesn't associate with the material? Oh, it's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Really? This Supreme Personality of Godhead doesn't associate with the material energy. So how do I connect with this person that doesn't associate with everything that I'm looking at here in this world, everything that I'm seeing in this world, everything I'm believing in this world? How do I connect with that Supreme Personality of Godhead? That's why the Lord comes. If he didn't come, we would have no way out of this. We'd be stuck like in quicksand going down. He has to come. If that's why he's magnanimous, and that's why he's merciful. Because if he didn't come, we'd be stuck in this material energy. Looking at it, believing in it, associating with it. So what's the way out? Well, if he doesn't associate with this material energy, then he comes and attracts us. He comes in himself or in his devotee's form or both. Or it's always both anyway. Even if you don't see the Krishna, when the devotee is here, okay, now you're seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is his name. See? And his name is so joyful and so wonderful that when those who chant it and become ecstatic, now you're starting to see the Lord formed in this world. He's that ecstatic relationship. See, now you're starting to see the form of the Lord in this world, that transcendental form that's not in here. That's why he's in the devotee's temple. It's not an empty temple. You ever see empty temples? You go there, you don't feel that life. That's why if you're a devotee and you go in a temple and there's nobody causing the Lord to manifest in that temple, it feels like where's the life? You ever been in churches like that? Dead. Where's the spirit? Well, hey, man, temples in India are like that also. Not all temples, but, there are. I've been to, these Gaudiya Math temples. Many I go in there. Where's the life? Where's the life? They're not interested in the life. That's the problem. They don't have enough desire they don't know what it is. They think the mode of goodness, ringing the bell. What did Prabhupada got? Oh, a lot of bell ringers in our Gaudiya Math. Just ringing the bell, taking prasadam, and going back. That's still material. It's still a mode of goodness, regulated. But that's not Krishna. Krishna doesn't even, he says, I don't associate with material energy. And it's true. He doesn't associate him with the mode of goodness. It's a material energy. It's just better than the mode of passion and ignorance. Hey, so where is that life? That's why, I ended up, I be in Mayapur, and I couldn't find the devotees drawing much life in the temple. I'd rather stay home and chant and not be disturbed, because in an ecstatic mood, the Lord would manifest in this fool's temple. And over there, if the Lord would manifest in all this ecstasy, it'd be a disturbance. They'd go, what are you doing, man? What is this? They don't welcome the Lord yet. They don't know who the Lord is. He's that person that doesn't associate with goodness, passion, or ignorance. This is the essence. This is why you need to connect with a devotee, because then you start to experience the form of the Lord, the form, the substance of the name. See, you got to have that mix. It's like, you ever see that glue? You got to put two things together, one part and one part. You put it together, and then it makes the manifestation of the glue. Otherwise, it doesn't glue. It doesn't do anything. So you need the devotee and the Lord mixing together, and now you have the manifestation of the Lord. Now you can see it. Otherwise, if you just have a person here, an empty temple, and the Lord ain't there, he's not there, because he's not interested. That's why the Lord sends the devotees first in this world. And then he comes because he's my devotee. I got to come. He's here on the earth. I got to come to him. And then everything gets blessed, automatically. Because the devotees, they get they please that Lord in their worship, in their faith, in their belief. The Lord likes to associate with, my devotees on the planet Earth here. Let me go and be there. Let me give that devotee all protection. This is why now everything's who's who. I can tell who's bewildered by the material. I could tell which gurus are bewildered now. Everybody can. Go look who's getting up there and saying stupid stuff like, well, actually, I look at all the medical evidence. You should get a shot. You didn't look at all the medical evidence, or you're motivated, or whatever it is. You're serving the illusion. You're serving that illusion that likes to kill people. My Lord protects his devotees. Why aren't you protected? And why aren't you protected your devotees? Why are you giving the wrong conclusions? What's wrong with you? I thought you were really intelligent. See? Hey, can you imagine that guru with the big title, PhD, is telling everybody to get the shot? Actually, I looked at all the medical evidence. What? You looked at what medical evidence? You didn't look at it all. You looked at the bullshit, the lies, the cheating. You looked at the mainstream trying to hide what they're doing, the genocide, and you're trying to genocide the devotees. You are one bad leader, man. And maybe you got some bad intention. I don't know. But the main thing is, you're leading people over the cliff. See? Oh, how dare you, Gohari, criticize pure devotee? Well, they ain't very pure, is it? Leading people over the cliff, telling them what is, this gene therapy thing. Experimental is, after I looked at all the evidence that says experimental vaccines are actually safe. What kind? That ain't fucking logical. That's it. That's crazy. How can you? And people are dying. They cover it up. Why are they covering up? And you say, actually, when I look at over that, and there's a 99% recovery rate from this stuff? This is insane. Why are you accepting the insanity of the world? What, are they paying you off, or are you just bewildered by it?
Why isn't Krishna protecting you with the PhD? Why are you leading your disciple? Why are you doing this publicly? Why don't you keep your opinion, your stupid opinion to yourself? Why are you going public? Did they give you $30,000 to what they're doing to churches and leaders? Are you one of those? Prove you're a pure devotee, because that ain't very pure. Why? Prove that Krishna is protecting your body even by giving you good sense and protecting the body of your dependents and not leading them over a cliff. You prove that you're a pure devotee. I think how you're expressing yourself is nonsense. Doesn't make any sense. Why are you believing in nonsense? Hey, man, that's the responsibility. You're a leader. You're Guru Dev. Guru Dev, give me mercy. Well, hey, man, you better be the real guru giving mercy. Otherwise, you're a Lucifer servant. You're a servant of Maya. Yeah, that's everything in Who's Who is being revealed now. You notice? That's called the tribulation and the, what do they call, apocalypse. Everything comes out. Oh, this guy ain't a real leader. What is this? It's just a big, massive intelligence. And it's not very intelligent. Isn't that it? Krishna says, oh, yeah, I can bewilder you. These people think they're really intelligent. You watch how I bewilder them. You watch how their conclusions are not good. Oh. So anyway, that's how it works. The Lord is you got to have, you want to survive. You want you want your spiritual body to awaken. Well, are you part of those? You got to listen to the real devotees. You got to listen to their word, man. Their word is comes from the transcendental plane, and they protect you on all levels. Yeah. All levels. Even the body, they'll tell you the right advice because Krishna informs them, they inform you. Isn't that the way it works? My students, they're already at the level that Krishna informs them already, about these things. He informs you how to have material health. He informs you how to have spiritual health too. And mental health and emotional health. Ooh, look who's here. A leopard. My favorite leopard. She's a good cat. If you're going to have a cat, you got to get a cat like this. All right. You, greatest of personalities. Ah, yes, he's the greatest. See, now, ever heard of these personality cults, things they say in the world? Personality cult. See? Well, that's really true when it's to do with God. You got to be part of his personality cult. You got to love his person. You got to become a groupie, man. Like people, Michael Jackson, he's so cute. Oh, I love his body looks so nice. You got to do that with Krishna, man. And when you do that with Krishna, that's the perfect personality cult. It's transcendental. He's transcendental. His body's transcendental, and you're attached to it. See? Yeah. Oh, Krishna. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's so fantastic. You got to put him on the stage of the world, man, and glorify him and glorify his devotees because he likes to dance with his devotees. And you got to glorify his devotees only, really. And you put everything else in its place. And that includes so-called gurus who are not really up to the standard yet. Okay. Put it in place. Otherwise, people don't know. Oh, no, that should be in the pure devotee place. No. That goes in the other place, man. The place of non-liberated persons. They're called neophyte gurus, man. You're not above the mundane platform. This is neophyte, yes? See? Real guru is transcendental to the modes of nature, transcendental to liberation. They're part of the transcendental personality cult of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They love to glorify the attributes of the Lord. Doesn't care. They can have 1,000,000. It's like Sudama Brahman. He had 1,000,000 people saying, "Oh, what is this? You're glorifying that Krishna and Dwarka. We don't believe in him. We believe in Pundraka." Well, that's what's going on now. Oh, we don't believe in the real devotees. We believe we believe in them in name only because we don't know Prabhupada's real attributes and his no nonsense, uncompromising truth to do what is a real devotional standard. We don't know that. We believe in the checklist standards of people who don't know what is really real. See, Sudama was like that. I think we're like that here in this Sangha. Very similar. All the world's, oh, Guru Dev's out there. Oh, they're so fantastic. And there's just one little group of people. I don't know. I won't put you in there. But there's one person here saying, I don't believe it, man. They ain't the real. They ain't got the real qualities of acharyas, of spiritual masters that can deliver them. Because look, they're telling you even on a physical level to go over the cliff. See? Sudama was one person. They didn't believe in that Pundraka, the false Krishna. You know, there's false Krishna, and in this world, there's the false acharyas, and the false spiritual masters, and the false prophets. They're the ones who are not really in touch with the spiritual platform. See? They're all afraid. They all toe party lines. They're all interested in the praise of men and not the praise of God. I don't care if 1,000,000 people went against what I'm saying right now. Screw you. Doesn't matter to me. It's the truth. There's no time to screw around with false etiquettes, praising people that are not liberated and letting people go over the cliff. Spiritually and materially. It's both. The whole thing in this world is to recognize two things: real devotees and the real Krishna. The real devotee reveals the real Krishna. That's why it says Krishna knows this. He's a logical person. He's a supreme personality, supreme logic. And I'll tell you what it is. He sees people need help here. Even his devotees need help. And by his mercy, he sees a sincere heart. He leads you to a bona fide guru. By the mercy of Krishna, you get guru. And by the mercy of guru, you get Krishna. Pretty basic, huh? Well, I'll keep repeating the message until you get it. Till not only you guys, until others get it. Because that's how it is. As soon as you lose faith in the real guru, boom, you lost everything. You lost the real Krishna because they represent that Krishna in this world. That's what we see over and over. People leave here. They end up, oh, yeah. For a while, they sort of have some faith and then that goes. And then they lose the real Krishna. All of a sudden, they become prunes. And then they start worshiping the mode of goodness, right? Boom, gone. See, Guru Aparad, Vaishnava Aparad. See, Aparad. What is Aparad? Oh, you think it's something that you don't understand. That's what everybody. No, Aparad means you lose affection for the real Krishna, and the real devotees represent the real Krishna. Real Krishna is no nonsense, and you see that with the devotee. No nonsense. No nonsense. See? No nonsense. Just truth, real, reality, eternal truth, distinguished from the nonsense. The speculations. Yeah. See, oh, greatest of personalities. I love that. Are you part of this personality cult? You got to ask yourself that question. Lalita, are you part of that personality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead cult? Yes. I'll take her smile as a yes. How about you, Christina? Are you part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cult? How about you, River? She's sleeping. Yes, good. You have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger. Yeah. Okay. See, the gopis were here. The residents were here. They were here 5,000 years ago, and Krishna was protecting them bodily, right? Why isn't he protecting people bodily in the ISKCONs and all that stuff? All I have to see is if I see one Gaudiya Samiti going up there giving an example for their disciples to take that shot, then I'll know what's really going on there too. See, he protected them from his Maya. It's his Maya, right? Why wouldn't he protect his devotees? Surrendered devotees. So anyway, that's what I'm really, what I'm really happy about is to bring Krishna into this world. The real Krishna. To make it form, not the formless Krishna. People in the Mayavadis, they're preaching Mayavadi stuff, and bringing the formless into this world by their glorification. And we get to, if you have attachment to the personality of Godhead's name, you can bring that form into this world. Otherwise not. What good is all this philosophizing if you got no ecstatic connection with the chanting? You can't bring that form into this world. To where people say, whoa, that is very good. Oh, wow. You mean this is a product? Yes, it's a very tangible product. You get this, you get liberated from the cycle of birth and death. Oh, very tangible. It gives, you can associate with people who have captured that intangible, made it tangible in this world, and it can become tangible to you and liberate you from the cycle of birth and death. Yeah, you can come and see and experience the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by being here in this Sangha, appreciating what's being done here. This is a big topic. Supreme Personality Godhead. Krishna says, I'm not in this world, but devotees make him part of this world. Bring him into this world while they're here. Hari Das was doing that all the time. He was chanting Hare Krishna in ecstasy. And the Lord said, the chanting of Hare Das Thakur held back the onslaughts of Kali Yuga. That's how it is. Anyone who chants like that. Lalita Ganga's chanting's like that now. Is holding back Kali Yuga's trip. Oh, there she is. Where you been?
Hello.
She knows who I'm talking to.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj and devotees.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Okay. Dressed in, okay, where were we here? Come on. Where was I? It's just, this is the wrong thing. Okay. All right. Do you want to say something? Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita.
I wanted to say you were on verse 3.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was, yeah. Okay. Oh, personalities. Oh, greatest of personalities. You have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger. Yeah, and the way that happens is simply by becoming attached to Krishna, surrender to Krishna. That's all. That's the work here, isn't it? Learning how to surrender to that transcendental Lord. Look, it works. People are doing it. People are getting the result of that. Isn't that amazing? I love it. What a great service. See? So, yeah, and by the way, don't imitate this. Get a job if you're not at this stage where you can lasso the Lord and bring him here. Don't try to imitate what I'm doing here, because it's all about service. and you can't imitate the devotee. You have to come to the stage of ecstatic chanting of the Lord, really deep and very conclusive and all that, and then the Lord starts to do this stuff automatically, without effort. So a lot of people, I've noted, even in the Sangha, you got to be careful because you can put yourself in harm's way. Don't imitate the devotees. Don't imitate the mercy they get. Just understand that's what happens when you're deeply attached to the Lord. Automatically things work out, and people they reciprocate, and they say, "Oh, this is the greatest service," and this is wonderful. I need this. This is important. I'll even pay. It's like they just from their heart they want to do it. See. So sometimes you think, well, I can also do. Well, you have to get to the standard. Otherwise, you'll put yourself in harm's way. You'll have problems, So, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger, from the poisoned water. See, poisoned water also represents. See, poisoned water could be, the Lord gives you, don't drink regular water because there's fluoride in it. See, even on the physical level, you'll get the intelligence. The Lord will lead you. How about the poisoned water of Hari Katha? That's listening to these bogus persons telling you get shots. I'll call them bogus now. That's bogus. Why is the Lord not protecting them from poisoned water? Because they haven't rose to this platform. You want to be protected out there? You come over here and prove that you're worthy of protection. All you have to do to become worthy here is easy. You get the mercy of real devotees. There are a lot of real devotees here. Get their mercy, and then that's how easy it is to become worthy in this world. It's not by your own strength. It's by the strength of the mercy of the devotees and the Lord that's also here. You want to become worthy? You ain't going to become worthy by all your rules and regulations. Look where it's getting you now. Just come get the mercy of devotees where the Lord is hanging out. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Become worthy like that, effortlessly, by saying, what's going on here is great because it's fantastic. It's amazing, the revelations and realizations that are here. The presence that is here is fantastic, isn't it? Not my personal presence, no, but the Lord's personal presence. He's here because real devotees are here welcoming him. See, we welcome that transcendental Lord. We welcome his truth, even though it's solid. It's so solid, it breaks the false idols out there. It's so solid. Isn't it? I don't care about let's break the idols. Advaita was doing it. Why shouldn't we? We represent Advaita, the indisciplic line. Advaita would pay obeisances to a deity if it was mundane. Deity. If it was mundane, it would break. Hey man, you're a deity out there? Gurudev is a deity, right? They're on the altar, aren't they? Their pictures on the altar. Yeah? Or are you a real deity? Do you represent the real Krishna in this world? Satchidananda Krishna. Otherwise, we break it. With what? The truth. You get offended out there? Well, what kind of deity are you? You ain't like Krishna. You got to be like when Brigu comes over and says, and kicks Narayan in the chest. And Narayan, I'm sorry about, my hard chest, in your foot. Are you like that? Or are you a breakable deity? Oh, how dare he? I'm a PhD. I'm a Gurudev. Are you like that? You're broken. You're a broken deity, man. I get insulted all the time. This is, babies, what do you expect? God forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know my intention. They think I'm angry. They think I'm offensive. They think I'm critical. I'm just pointing out the truth. What the truth is only thing going to set you free. If you got a false ego, you're going to react, man. You're going to go, oh, how dare he say this about me? Let me hire some henchmen. I'm such a guru, Dave. Let me hire some henchmen to kill him. Something like that. They've been doing that. We got a guru business here. Didn't you ever read the book? It's all true. It was a guru business. They killed the guy. There you go. That's the gurus you're worshiping out there, guys. They got a business of this. That's why they're telling you to take the shot, man. You got no scruples, obviously. See, people believe in illusions in the world. This is the land of illusions. Time to break the false idols now. So you don't believe this preaching, then believe that preaching out there. Believe the bullshit or the truth. It's that time now. Yeah. People who don't believe this preaching, they take another birth. Why would you not? You don't know what's spiritual. You don't know what's transcendental. Why wouldn't you take another birth? That's the whole key is I got to know where this, it's very hard to know where, when, how, and through whom the spiritual potency is manifesting. See, it's very hard. But when you do find out, then that's where your deliverance is. That's like a porthole, like those portals into Vrindavan. There you go. You found that place. You can just easily go. You know how they have these portals and you can go through one and they'll put you in another universe even. Or another, like all the way across the galaxy. Well, that's the devotee, man. They just opened a portal to Vrindavan. That's farther away from all the planetary systems. Okay? And you don't like this preaching, you're not going through this portal, then go ahead. Many, many lifetimes before you find another opened up portal. Otherwise, just keep doing your austerities and all of this stuff and see what happens. Maybe you'll become like that washerman. He did austerities for many, many lifetimes. And then he got to see Krishna, but he had no devotion. He just wanted to kill Krishna. He says, oh, I ain't going to serve you. See? I don't want to, I'm a servant of Kamsa. See, he believed Kamsa was the real God, like his real representative of the Lord. Kamsa was a hypocritically, he was a hypocritical religionist. He thought he was very, he would give the idea that he's very pious and all that, but people served him and they became adverse to Krishna. See, aversion. That's the secret. If you're serving somebody that's not a real devotee, you become adverse to Krishna. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Just now, the Lord informed me. Makes sense. See, that's why the Vaidhi Bhaktis don't come here, because they're serving people that are not real devotees yet. So you pretty much have to be in your heart a devotee, like Shama Sundari. She realized that this was for her. She got the mercy of Krishna because she knew Krishna. Krishna was informed her to help her move on. That's why you have to move on. You see, Jarasandha was following all the rules and regulations very strictly of the Vedas. And he was worshiping Vishnu, which most devotees are doing, because if that's your mood, like this, you're worshiping more Vishnu in the mode of goodness, God in the mode of goodness. Even though Vishnu is transcendental, but he's in charge of the mode of goodness. See, the maintenance of the world. You see, so how to maintain the body, see, stuff like that nicely. Okay, so Jarasandha was still adverse to Krishna's deeper manifestation, who he really is, the transcendental manifestation beyond the mode of goodness. See, so if one is fortunate and is a real devotee, that really wants Krishna, Krishna will lead you from that place of those kind of devotees who are still adverse to Krishna, to in real form. See, those persons probably will get liberated because at least they have aversion. See, they're worshiping Krishna, but they don't know who Krishna is yet. And that aversion is kind of an attraction, and eventually they get liberated. See? Especially when the Lord's devotees appear and they preaching like this kind of stuff, the truth. It causes an aversion, see, but that's their liberation too, because that's how they get purified. See? At least they came to the adverse platform. That's why you do people a favor when you're preaching boldly and they become adverse towards your preaching. See, Krishna's appearing and their aversion is getting thrown into the fire. See, this is all Siddhanta. You can read Narada Muni says, those who are adverse to Krishna also get purified. So you give them the opportunity by aversion to bond with Krishna. And then that aversion turns into love eventually. At least liberation, love, that level.
By giving attention? Because of their attention.
Yeah, because they give their attention to Krishna. So Narada was talking about this because there was a doubt in what about the difference between Kamsa being delivered and Jarasandha being delivered, and also was it Shishupal? There was a difference between him and King Vena, because King Vena didn't get delivered. Well, actually, he did because of his son, but actually, on the one other level, he didn't get delivered because they both had the same qualities of aversion. See, they were critical of basically of God, but King Vena didn't have any contact with Krishna. Okay? So he didn't have the contact with Krishna. He was just an envious, like people in the world. They're just envious. That's why they don't get delivered until Krishna comes, or the devotees come, or some representative of Krishna comes, and then they begin to get delivered by their aversion. Now their aversion is connected with meditation on Krishna just by their attention. See? That's why this preaching is so powerful. This preaching is going to liberate a lot of these gurus even eventually. Okay? Because it's powerfully manifesting, or their disciples too, who hate this preaching. That was the secret with Jesus. Jesus brought God in by him being a devotee like that. Okay? And he preached, and the aversion of the Pharisees came, and many of them became devotees actually later on. They need some representation of the transcendental potency here so people can put their attention on it. And the aversion is simply they're coverings. We're all devotees, Ultimately, you need to be purified. That's why Lord Chaitanya's attribute was, one of them, one of his many, was whether they asked for this or not, they got purified. He came and he showed this ecstatic devotion to one and all, just like us. One and all. People, you don't know how much purification people are going through here. Think people are coming across these videos? They may be coming across and then they go, oh, that is weird. Okay, boom. There you go. A little aversion, a little purification. Their gurus can't do this. Their gurus can't cause that. They're not adverse to their gurus because their gurus in the same birds of a feather flock together. Oh, this is really good. We're really comfortable. We make people uncomfortable here. Hey, man, that's this kind of preaching. That's why deliverance is here. That's why you guys are getting delivered. See, deliverance is here. See, making people uncomfortable. It's the preaching like when Jesus came. He said, don't think I came here to promote peace. I say the same thing. Don't amongst the Vaishnavas, don't think I came here to promote peace. I come to cause division. I caused division with Shama Sundari between her and her guru. Her guru is her husband in that way. I just cut them. This preaching cut that. Cause division. Has to. How are you going to, people have to be sliced out of this illusion. Surgical cut. See, and then boom, there's no hurting of the living entity, just surgically. That's the preaching of truth. Okay? So that's why there can't be peace right now. See, there can't be, because people the modes compete. So Shuddha Bhakti has to be here, and it causes a little competition. The mode of goodness wants to fight with it, right? They do all these regulations, these gurus and sannyasis, hopefully, maybe not. Some may, some may not. But that's a kind of sincerity. So this has to be here to cause a bit of a competition. That's why you notice there's always, when there's some kind of fight, when this happens. Has to be. When Lord Chaitanya was here, there was opposition at first by some. Okay? When Krishna was here, there was opposition. They had a big war, right? When Jesus was here, some opposition. Even now, there's always opposition. Has to cause a competition. Otherwise, if there's no competition of the mode of pure goodness with goodness, there's nothing that happens. You could say the Lord of this world is just complete control over everything. Everybody is totally bound to that. See, deliverance is here is when Shuddha Bhakti is here.
I need to be a winner.
Yeah, you got to have a champion here.
I think Bhakta Tom is on this backstage and won't come.
Oh, good. Thank you. Where's back? Oh, there he is. Oh, her too. There's Tom. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is how Krishna works in the world. I mean, this has never been discussed to this extent. See, we have the experience of Jesus Christ. We have the experience of Krishna. And we have the experience of Lord Chaitanya and the Acharyas. We have a lot of backing here, a lot of truth, a lot of experienced devotees that have manifested this in this world. These are all lessons. Bhagavatam is all about lessons of devotees that have conquered the material energy, and done great things. They're the real heroes in this world. They're very heroic stuff. This is conquering the material energy. That's why there's always a fight. What did Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta say? Hey, man, they declared war on Maya by their preaching. Always that way. To establish Krishna, even Krishna in the mode of goodness by doing this varnashram thing is like him putting his foot in the door a little bit, see? And we're just opening the crack more. See, living entities are going to hell because of lack of knowledge, lack of information. Isn't that what they're doing now? Look at that. People don't know whether they should take a shot. Here's a practical thing. Should I take the shot or not? And I've had people, they tell me this. Well, I like the guru did. Well, from what I saw, it makes sense to take this shot. From what I saw. Okay, so they're only looking from the information given by motivated persons. And that's why I put in the comment there on Mr. PhD. I said, hey, follow the money. What, didn't you do that? Probably not. Follow the money. If you follow the money, you see people are motivated, materially motivated, because they got a lot of investment. Bill Gates has a lot of investment in the shot. Fauci also. They have actual investments. They have a motivation thing. See, they're not coming from a pure place. That money is so important to them that people die. Who cares about that? That's part of our agenda. Yeah, Bill Gates, you don't know his agenda is depopulation? Come on. That's part of it. And people are dying. Well, you don't see all the other evidence out there? See, people are doing that, that action because of lack of knowledge. And they think, oh, I'm perfectly informed because I listen to all the mainstream media. We're all saying the same thing with the same agenda. See? But they're still lacking knowledge. There's plenty of knowledge. There's plenty of people that know what's really going on. But if you lack that knowledge because it's being hidden, then you do things that are not, you're not operating at maximum to actually even save your body, to do the right thing for your body. Okay? So that's that body. Now, what about your spiritual body? A lot of people don't even know what it is, right? They don't even know what their spiritual body is. What spiritual body? What? I don't know. So they're lacking full knowledge. See, knowledge is Bhagavatam. Knowledge is so important. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. See, if they had this, their spiritual body would awaken. They would go beyond the cycle of birth and death even. Hey, but they don't have it, not even on the level of knowledge. See, so people are lacking information. And the funny thing is, nobody's covering this up because it's not important. These motivated persons are only interested in bodily survival. They can care less about the survival. That's why am I not taken off of YouTube or the Facebook? Because they don't think this is a threat. See, they don't know anything about the spiritual body. It befuddles them. But this is their possibility of also understanding what's keeping them in illusion, man. Both leaders and the led. And this is the truth is so attractive, actually, once one begins to know it. It's like, God, it's so nice to have a purified heart. You feel better. Even physically, you feel better in this world. You feel clean. You get a cleansing. Anybody that is relishing Krishna's transcendental presence, by tasting this bhakti, it's like, wow, I got a real bath finally. I'm clean from the inside. Just from that perspective, it cleans your body even too. You get, these symptoms clean. Isn't that, blowing your nose is like having a cold every day. Can you imagine what is there a need for a cold? I don't get colds. I don't get flus or anything. I'm blowing my nose every day. My body is always staying purified. Isn't that amazing how Krishna works even on that level? We got a lot of nose blowers growing out there too. Now, after a while, you don't need to get sick so much. Hey, you're just constantly purifying your body, man. It's amazing how Krishna works. He's saying, hey, see, I'm going to take care of you physically too. Interesting conversation today. Is this good? Is this valuable? Okay, good. All right. Bhaktitam, the quality here. They say this quality cannot see eyes yet. This quality cannot taste tongue, ears yet. Okay, we'll get back to that. Okay, oh great. You repeatedly saved us from all kind of danger. I love this. From poisoned water. See, that's also, you got, when you're a devotee, you're saved from poisoned harikata. That's the water that we want. See, poisoned water. You're also, you're saved from crocodile tears. Crocodile tears, they're not real. Crocodile tears are material. Crocodile tears are usually materialistic persons. Not like we don't really have many imitators of real bhakti here. No. It's crocodile tears of the world. See? This is where it's practical. That's people cry, my son, my father, my this, or my money is gone, and they're crying. That's crocodile tears. It's not real. It's just what you're sobbing over something that is material. And by the way, that son of yours is spiritual and transcendental. See, people don't know Bhagavad Gita. That's the first lesson that Krishna taught Arjuna. There, people are lamenting over material things, even material people. Hey, when you're purified, you're like what do you call who is Shrivas? When you're purified, you're like Shrivas. And then his own son died in the middle of kirtan. He said, "Oh, he went back to Godhead. He's not, there's no death anyway." And look, Lord Chaitanya's here dancing. That's the important thing. You become like that. That's a real devotee. That's what people are getting here. Your siblings may die, or your husband may die, or whatever. Okay, there's a little attachment there, especially if they're a devotee. There'll be something. You'll actually have a transcendental tears with that. But you'll see, well, you become a representative of those verses in Bhagavad Gita. Isn't that what it's about? You'll be because you've taken shelter, the real Krishna, then you'll say, hey, man, there's no death. Person's always alive. Oh, they got a different body. Okay, they went to the end of their time. I mean, you actually feel that. Wouldn't that be nice to be that detached? Or do you want to sit there and have crocodile tears? Oh, their body. You never even met that person that is your son or daughter in any way. You haven't met them. Until their soul is awakened, you don't know who they are. They ain't that. They're not this body. They're not that material personality, material emotions. That's not them. So you're crying over the shell. You're crying over something that is dead matter. You don't even know who they are. You only know who somebody is when their spiritual body begins to awaken. That's why this Sangha is so valuable. There's people's spiritual bodies awakening. And when you become, oh boy, I really like listening to this person. Oh, I like seeing her relationship with Krishna. Oh, it's so beautiful. Wow, it's so inspiring. Okay, now you're getting to know somebody of substance, somebody of stature, somebody important. Otherwise, nobody. What do you think? Trump is really important? It's all illusion. Trump, Biden, or any of these guys. The politicians, it's all illusion, everything. Oh, Trump's really important. What? You never even met the person. That person has a transcendental body. This guy, this Trump, this false ego you're seeing every day and all of that, that's not him. These people are relating to inanimate objects, that are not really, they're motivated by the modes. It's not real. None of it. So devotees become naturally detached. So from the terrible man-eater, Aga. From the terrible man-eater, Aga. And from great rains, from the wind demon. See, the wind demon, that's the speculation too. See, that's that level. See, you're saved from speculation. It's a big wind coming and make a whirlwind. See, the wind was going like this. That's people's minds spinning. See, the world looks like it's spinning, everything. But it's what's going on in your mind. Okay? So Krishna saves you from that. You become clear, you become steady, you become, like clear and logical. One-pointed. Not thinking, oh, your mind's spinning. Oh, what about this? Oh, what about this? What about, you know?
He puts his weight on it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. From the fiery thunderbolt of Indra and from the bull demon. See, the bull demon. It's a bull demon. I've seen this so much here in this preaching. These bulls, they're very bullish bullies. You ever seen a bull? Throws their weight around. So when you start preaching truth, you see a lot of this. Really bullish, man. Really bulls. It's a demon, man, and people they're moved away by that. Oh, he must be an authority because he's so bullish, aggressive. You ever see these guys? Aggressive. They're under the bull demon, man. See, they're aggressors. When they hear the truth, this a demon comes right in and tries to push people away, tries to push on a devotee, but they can't make any. They can't. They have no jurisdiction over the spiritual energy. It can't push the devotee away, but they push these people away that they're preaching to. Okay? That's why, hey man, stop listening to the bull demon. Stop listening to the aggressors against the real devotees. Start listening to them. Come on, this preaching makes more sense than thousands of those PhDs out there. If you listen. Otherwise, the whirlwind demon comes over and whirlwinds you away, man. Oh, I don't know. It might go you spin away. And the bull demons come, the aggressors, man. Go hard, preach. Bullish, aggressive. Always aggressive. Like you see, like that. Oh, there's a lot of these demons hiding this stuff, But how do you get through that? Well, you got to listen and hear. And gradually you see, wow, the shelter is really here. This person is protected. And look at this. He's got witnesses that are also being protected. They're in the witness program, man. They've been relocated out of the material energy. Ever seen those witness programs they got on those TV shows? When the person, you never watch anyway. For those who have, they have a witness program, For those who are in the truth, and they tell the truth. They squeal on Maya. They relocate them to a safe place. Well, you've been relocated to a safe place. See, you're in a witness program. Now you're speaking the truth. See, so the authorities, the real authorities come and they relocate. That's Krishna and his devotees. We relocated all of you to a safe haven, safe position. Okay? So the Maya can't find you now. Can't take you out. See, so you've been relocated. See, this everything you read and see in the movies is happening in Krishna's world. See, that's why 1,000 PhD Vaishnavas cannot surpass the information you get here. Obviously, he doesn't have it. He can't even protect you on a physical level. Okay. You are not actually the son of a gopi Yashoda, O friend, but rather the indwelling witness in the hearts of all embodied souls. In Prahlad Maharaj, when he was preaching, the teachers, the demoniac teachers, they said, usually our enemy, they believed in Hiranyakashipu. See, they were his servants. Our enemy, Vishnu, is usually just sitting there watching everything. Now, and so he didn't interfere. See, right? There's no interference. Because the Lord is just watching, right? And the modes are just going automatically in this world. So everybody stays in Maya, right? Yeah, sometimes the demons are more powerful and they take control, like now. And sometimes the demigods are more powerful and they take control. See? And the Lord Vishnu is sitting there and just witnessing. And so just the Maya is going on and people stay in the cycle of birth and death. See, that's all going on. So when Prahlad appeared, he's a real devotee, right? And a preacher type. He doesn't want to be liberated alone. Yeah, he had a bona fide guru in the womb, and then he came out and he started preaching. And what did he preach? Truth, right? And then, so the teachers that represent the teachers in the world. They represent even many of these gurus. Hey, man. They say, hey, man, what is going on here? Usually Lord Vishnu is sitting in the hearts of everybody, just watching it. He doesn't take part in anything, but this devotee is here. Now he's showing the ways of the Supreme Lord that's usually just watching, that doesn't associate with this material energy. Then there's, oh my God, what's going on? Now, see, the axe is God. The truth is God, but that's just, God is sitting there watching, right? He's just the watcher, not participate. You ever see these movies with the watcher? They just, of course, Lolita never watches movies, but others may have seen they have a watcher. They don't participate. Even in Star Trek, they go around with non-participant. They just observe. See? Well, now a devotee is here and he doesn't like, what is this? Everybody's in illusion and suffering, unhappy by the threefold miseries. And they start preaching. And now these teachers said, oh boy, now the axe was just watching. Now the axe has a handle. See, the handle was Prahlad. That's the devotees preaching. See? Otherwise, you just got this thing. The Lord is the indwelling super soul, just watching everything. See? And nobody knows who is that Lord. They don't know who is this supreme person. So that's how it works. This is the devotees preaching. They preach the truth. They preach the ways of the Supreme Lord. They preach his qualities and his nature. See? Because they're authorities, because they're attached to that transcendental Lord. Only they can preach that. The Bhagavatam is preaching it. Bhagavad Gita is preaching it. But unless you hear it from a devotee, you got all these people that are false representations of it. They're not it, man. They're not the verses. They got to be the living verses tattooed on their body. See? And then you hear the truth from their voice, and the vibration sets you free from the vibrations you're hearing out there, the speculations out there, those under the bull demons and the whirlwind demons and all of that, who are acting as representatives, as your deliverers. It's false. It's an idol. It keeps you idling in this world. You got to meet the real representatives of that transcendental Lord in your heart by the action of the super soul and the external manifestation of the super soul. That's the real devotee, man. You see Satchidananda in action, working in this world, beating the tar out of Maya with truth. Showing the world the supreme personality of Godhead, showing the world, in spite of all these whippersnappers going around. Oh, how dare you show bhakti? Oh, you should keep it hidden. What kind of authority are you out there? Well, you don't even have it, and you think you can tell people who manifest ecstatic devotion in this world what to do. Can you imagine? It's stupid. It's not even intelligent. And if you listen to those people, well, you're not worthy to be delivered simply because you don't hear and believe in a real representative Lord. If you come to the point of hearing and to the point of really believing with all your heart, then you're just easily delivered. You become worthy. That faith makes you worthy, just like St. Paul taught. No difference. It's always like that. He was a experienced devotee. He had the Holy Spirit. He said, all my Pharisee-ness and being, like following rules, regulations couldn't get me there. But just faith in a real representative of the Lord that manifested to me. And that spirit gives me realization, gives me everything. Purification, realization, ecstasy, happiness, and the desire to glorify that deliverer that came to this world. Gives me everything. Just faith in that person. I don't have to, don't have to follow a special day. This day, every day is a special day. Just like here, I don't have to follow a special day. You think I'm going to wait 1 year to celebrate the birth of Lord Chaitanya or Krishna or Radha? I celebrate their birth every day. I have to. I want to. I can't wait. You want to be like that and celebrate the birth of Krishna every day and that happiness? Or you want to just go along with the rules and regulations and on that day, you just have a big meal and get a bellyache because you ate too much? You ever been that? I've been there. You go in there. Oh, yeah, today's the big feast day. You eat the feast and you get a big bellyache. There you go. What's that telling you? Here, I'm just always unsatisfied. I want more. The body's, I got to stop, man, And it's insatiable. I just want more, every day, looking forward to more, have more meal. This goes on eternally. And artists knows that. People here know that too. Look, every day you guys are coming. Isn't it funny? Those who are really there come every day, isn't it? Those who are really ecstatic, they like to come every day. I noticed that. Why are you doing it? You got ecstasy. Why are you still coming? I have ecstasy. I also come. It's such a pleasure. Sadhu Sangha, all these boons and gifts. The Lord of boons comes here. Just more gifts and more boons. Every day becomes more, isn't it?
An addiction, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, addicted. A nice addiction, man. Yeah, everything becomes, can you imagine? That's all going on here, and that's what the people will learn gradually. They're going to see this. They're going to see, wow, look at this. Yeah, we thought these group they look kind of crazy. They laugh, they cry. Nobody else is doing it, but God, they look happy every day. They're on. They look like they're having a great time, fun, party. After a while, it gets through. That's why the greatest thing is when you show up here, man. Show up and show the world how wonderful it is to serve Krishna like this. That's preaching, man. Just show the world how wonderful it is to serve Krishna. How many boons come from that? Happiness, protection from these liars and cheaters and deceptions and all that stuff. Krishna protects us here. Yeah.
Maybe Yamuna is on backstage.
Oh, good. Thank you. There she is, I think. Did she come?
Being here is like being on the recharger, continuously on the recharger. We are recharged here.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
it's like
that's
connection.
Yeah,
this connection brings the empowerment.
Yeah, that's how it is. You ever see the Green Lantern, that movie, The Green Lantern, or the comic book Green Lantern? Yeah, Green Lantern had a ring that he had to put to the charger. It had a lantern that had this green energy from a planet. So the lantern was his charging point. So he would stick his ring there into the lantern, and the lantern was connected to the planet of green energy, which made him a superhero in this world. It's kind of like that here. Sadhu Sangha is how we charge our ring, our charging point. And this Sadhu Sangha is connected to Goloka Vrindavan. See, the planet where there's energy of this bhakti. So, oops, sorry, I removed you. I heard a click in there. What happened here? Okay. Yeah. If anybody wants to comment, please do. So, you destroy the suffering of Raja's people, O hero of all women. Oh, I love that. See, so Krishna destroys the suffering also. See, there's the threefold miseries. This is another, people don't have there's suffering in the world, especially now. There's so much suffering. They don't know, they don't even know, well, why am I suffering? Well, Bhagavad Gita explains it's threefold miseries, natural to all people in this universe even, especially the world, especially in hell, more so in hell than on the earth. Threefold miseries of the body and mind, right? Misery of mind, oh, my emotions, oh, my body, my mind is, spinning, miseries of other living entities, social distance, put your mask on, more and more draconian, see, miseries, police coming up there with their masks in the UK. I just watch these things and they're really mean now. See, very miseries of other living entities, and miseries of the demigods, the tornadoes. Now we got miseries, not only the demigods, we got the demons getting into the act because they're very powerful now. See, the demons are coming now and causing all these tornadoes and whatever they can do. They can seed the clouds with this, and you got Bill Gates. He wants to dim. Can you imagine? He wants to dim the sun now. The guy is a rampant demon, obviously. He wants to dim the sun. But this is the miseries that are put on this planet. It's sanctioned by the Lord right now. But, it's kind of driving the herd. Either you go over the cliff or you come into the way to be saved from that. See, so Krishna... See, you destroy the suffering of Raja's people. And we're just following, Prabhupada or the books teach that we should follow in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan. And that's what we do here, isn't it? The Lord destroys our suffering personally because we take shelter of the transcendental Lord. See, he doesn't do it so much in the Vaidhi level because they don't know exactly who Krishna is yet. They may think he's like in the mode of goodness God. They don't know his real nature, deeper nature. They don't glorify it so nicely. Maybe they speculate on it. See, so there's a little bit of poison in there. Poisonous speculation. See, so Krishna Vrindavan destroys our sufferings. This is a wonderful thing. And people, that's why even reading Bhagavad Gita is Krishna, man. He's transcendental. Bhagavad Gita is Krishna. If you hear Bhagavad Gita from a devotee who's relishing the bliss of just chanting these verses, in truth also, the truth of Bhagavad Gita sets you free. The vibration of an ecstatic devotee sets you free. Even more. Because then you can begin to understand the real heart of Bhagavad Gita. So I got to hear it, really, first. O hero of all women. So is Krishna your hero? Is the name of God your hero? That's why we chant, isn't it? We have the supreme hero. He isn't it amazing. One hero in the world, they can only protect a certain amount of people, but Krishna in his name, look, everybody can take shelter of that. He's the supreme hero. You show me another hero like that. Okay. Krishna was the hero of the Vrindavan. The devotees are the heroes in this world simply because they glorify that supreme Lord. And they deliver us. They deliver us how? They deliver you that supreme hero. Isn't that what you got here? Yeah. The devotees, the real spiritual master, the real Shiksha Guru delivers you Krishna, the supreme hero, and then you can engage in this transcendental loving service as simply as chanting his name in ecstasy, chanting his pastimes in ecstasy, in bliss, in truth. Oh, that supreme hero, isn't that what you got here? Yeah. The devotee. Please, dear friend, accept us as your maidservants and show us your beautiful lotus face. I got to stop talking a little bit here. I don't want to, but I have to. There we go. So let's see here. Shama Sundari, you want to read a little bit?
Yeah, but I need a few minutes. I just will grab a book.
Okay, great. So in the meantime, does anybody want to say anything?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
There were some things I wanted to say, but I wrote them in the comments.
Okay, so let's put them up here. Then you can read them off here. Oh boy, you did a lot of comments there. You want me to start from the beginning of what you said there?
Or from the end.
Oh, from the end. Okay.
Yeah, then it's logical, I think. And then
from the end.
And then it's complete.
Okay, go ahead.
So the Holy Spirit comes through a bona fide guru acharya only.
Yeah,
that's be a living example.
Yeah, and that has to be, and that's why, that's how a disciplic line really works. Is that spirit of devotion has to continue through, because without the spirit of devotion, the meaning of Krishna isn't realized. It's just external. It's like you're just, ceremonies, the spirit makes it alive. The living God. You ever heard that term? The living, you want the God to live in you, man? Living comes heartfelt glorification in real truth as it is. This saves people. This raises them above this samsara. See, it's the truth that raises you above that, because the illusion is kept by lies and by not unclarity, illogical. This, just like now, this demoniac thing is, the demons are more enforced now because of the illogic they're preaching. It's keeping that energy together. They're saying things that are actually really wrong. It's not even a mode of goodness. They're telling you things that are lies and cheating and deceptive. See, and you believe in that, then you attune to that vibration. You become servants of these demons. See, and you become entrapped by their word, actually, their twisted word. That's how Maya works. And that's why on the opposite side, you're liberated by the liberated devotees. They got to be really liberated. They got to be set free. They got to be representatives of Satchidananda. Okay? And you listen to that word, that's sadhu sangha. We're listening to the word that is transcendental. Okay? Therefore, our consciousness becomes purified and cleansed. And we're free in that, free in the real Krishna. The Christians talk about this, being free in Jesus. See? And what does that mean? It means free in his word. See, and the word of his devotees. They represent him. Okay? But that's okay and to a point, but there's still speculations there now, especially because the book has been kind of twisted. And so anyway, there's some problems, but still that's the idea. There's some freedom there. Same thing. We're even more free because I'm more free in Lord Chaitanya, in his devotees, in Krishna and their devotees, more free by being in them, because that's a more clear truth now because of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He just wanted to make things more clear. So the clearer we are, the more logical we are, the better. The better we're protected because we're not being deceived by illusions. This is the problem, and that's why we're seeing that Vaidhi is not quite strong enough, because people are still being deceived by these subtle illusions in the material energy, but we're not. See, so the Vaidhis need to understand that if they want to be not misled. Okay, go ahead there.
Me?
The other things, sorry?
Oh,
No, nothing. Sorry, go.
yeah, go ahead, Tom, a little bit.
The other things I wrote, they had to, a lot of them had to do with, like exactly like you were saying, we can find back in the Bible texts.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's good. Go ahead there and read there, Shyamasundari.
I can read what I want.
Yes.
I would like to read the free canto from Srimad Bhagavatam, A Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Is this okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I offer my respectful obeisance on the lotus feet of Srila Gaura Haridas, because he's every day here for us. And he's providing the biggest treasure in this world. And at the same time, he's giving the freedom of choice. So it's triggered directly your soul. You can always choose. Thank you, Gurudev.
Thank you.
And I offer my respectful obeisance on the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, because he's my father, and I know that he was always with me, and I feel his presence more and more in my life. And this is so true, what Gurudev is saying. It just makes you one-pointed. I mean, this is like one straight way. You just from time to time smash your false ego. But you are taking responsibility for where you are, who you are, what you are doing. So it's a safe game under shelter of Krishna. Let's see what material nature is. Whoa. Okay. This is chapter 26. I have just one question, because I read the book, but you can still hear me and see me in stream when I have now sites with book.
Yes.
Okay, super. So, translation. The personality of Godhead, Kapila, contained. My dear mother, now I shall describe unto you the different categories of the absolute truth, knowing which any person can be released from the influence of the modes of material nature. I'm super excited. Okay. Knowledge is the ultimate perfection of self-realization. I shall explain that knowledge unto you by which the knots of attachment to the material world are cut. Purport. It is said that by proper understanding of the pure self or by self-realization, one can be freed from material attachment. Knowledge leads one to attain the ultimate perfection of life and to see oneself as he is. The Shvetashvatara Upanishad also confirms this. Tam eva vidit fati mrtim eti. Simply by understanding one's spiritual position or by seeing oneself as he is, one can be freed from material entanglement in various ways. The seeing of oneself is described in the Vedic literatures, and it is confirmed in Bhagavatam, that one has to see oneself and know what he is. As Kapila Deva explains to his mother, this seeing can be done by hearing from the proper authoritative source. Kapila Deva is the greatest authority because he's the personality of Godhead. And if someone accepts whatever is explained as it is without interpretation, then he can see himself. Lord Chaitanya explained to Sanatana Goswami the real constitutional position of the individual. He said directly that each and every individual soul is eternally a servitor of Krishna. Every individual soul is eternally a servitor. When one is fixed in the understanding that he is a part and parcel of the Supreme Soul and that his eternal position is to serve in association with the Supreme Lord, he becomes self-realized.
Yeah. Now, see, the thing is, a lot of people have superficial understanding of that. See, it's like we have to stand under the real substance. So you got to ask, okay, well, who is that Supreme Personality of God? What are his qualities? Okay? And a lot of people, they just intellectually say, oh yeah, well, I accept the Supreme. Yeah, well, do you know who he is? You know what he is? You know, only the real devotees do, and they can explain it in the way that people can begin to get some form of that. See, so the Supreme Lord Krishna is to be liberated. You have to know who you are in relationship to the Lord. So the Lord is Satchidananda. Do you know what that is? Do you experience Satchidananda? That means you really are understanding the Lord. Because otherwise, if you don't welcome Satchidananda, you're not really being, you can't take avail of the Lord's deep protection, because you're not allowing it into your life. You're not allowing that relationship. Yeah, so people need to know, to go deeper, and not just to read the words. And that's what a lot of devotees do. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Yeah, it's like this sentence that you always hear. Krishna is all attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what does that mean? You know, people, yeah, they're not getting out of the world of names. This is Narada Muni called, this is the world of names. And so the world of names still continues on with devotees until they get the word, in the world of the name and the feeling for God. See, like the devotees have in the spiritual world. They have transcendental feelings. And you got to see both of those in this world. Otherwise, it's still superficial ceremony. Oh, Krishna, you know, this and you do that, you know, just all these rituals and empty. You know, it's still in name only. When you got the feeling, then it's like a dance. It's a, you know, it's music to it. You know, it's got some substance. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not super ecstatic, but this is what I experienced. So daily morning, I'm waking up and I'm doing my pranayama, and then I'm chanting. And I think 1 week ago, I experienced that Krishna, God, my father, he just embraced me so much. I was chanting. Maybe, you know, I couldn't say this when I was living in temple. I couldn't share this stuff because I was concluded like, okay, this is what you think. This is what you are imagining. It doesn't count, you know. You are on your ego trip. I was a little bit okay, but I experienced this whole my life. So I just wanted to say that it's hard to describe, but it gives me just some feeling of super protection, of super bliss, that everything is all right. And then I started to chant Radha's name, and I was moved by what I experienced. And in my imagination, on my mental platform, I just were on my knees and, you know, to the foot of Radharani, and I was just grateful. And it was my meditation. It was super experience. And then I felt like Radharani is taking my hands and also is embracing me, like they are both my best friends, you know, and they are just pushing me forward. And it took like 5 minutes, but since then, I feel even more deeper protected, you know. I feel this presence all the time, every day, you know. And it's like a permanent presence. You have no problems. You go straight and you don't put your attention. In my case, it's not needed. Why judging? Why correcting other people? We need to be example. There is so much things to do with false ego, but I think the false ego can be seen, like he's saying in Bhagavatam, just in the bliss of Krishna. He can make it light. I just wanted to share that I experienced this visualization from chanting this name, and it was very innocent, you know. I wanted to be on my knees, but they took me and they just embraced me like everything is okay. They are just friends. They are father and mother. And it was
you see, there's
it cooled me down.
Yeah, and there's the name, and then there's the feeling for that name. See, and let me ask you this: was this the greatest kind of experience that you've had in life, or are all other experiences kind of like that are really nice?
We've related with God, yes.
So there you go. That's the zone. It's the relationship with God is so great. It's greater than anything in this world. See, it's all now you're understanding the all attractiveness of the Lord is when especially when the feeling comes, then the name becomes very attractive, his pastimes. And they awaken the feeling, the love, you know. See, Lord Radharani is attracted to Krishna. You know, she gets great feeling when she sees his picture, hears his name, you know, talks about him, or talks about him. So there's the name there, and then there's the feeling. That's the Satchitananda. That's our eternal relationship. Sat is the eternal form, our form, and the Lord's form is eternal. See? And so now we're relating from that form here in this world even. See, this is uncommon. This is this is having God here now. It's like this is empowered. The Lord is, you become like an empowered Lord representative. See, representing that transcendental realm here, and this is what gives people, this special grace. It's really amazing. So it's great. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Hare Krishna. Can I read further?
Only if you have the power.
This position of rightly understanding oneself cuts the knot of material attraction. Due to false ego or false identification of oneself with the body and the material world, one is entrapped by Maya. But as soon as one understands that he is qualitatively the same substance as the Supreme Lord, because he belongs to the same category of spirit soul, and that his perpetual position is to serve, one attains Atma Darshanam and Hridaya Granthi Predanam, self-realization. When one can cut the knot of attachment to the material world, his understanding is called knowledge. Atmadarshanam means to see oneself by knowledge. Therefore, when one is freed from the false ego by the cultivation of the real knowledge, he sees himself. And that is the ultimate necessity of human life. The soul is thus isolated from the entanglement of the 24 categories of material nature. Pursuit of the systematic philosophic process called Sankhya is called knowledge and the self-realization.
See, that's just the first level too. It's interesting. See, you learn that your spirit soul. Your spirit soul. That's very hard. That's why this is Kapila teaching this. Very hard to realize that you're spirit soul, and you become liberated. So you're liberated in that sense. We have a special thing happening here. He didn't even give this to his mother. See, we have the grace of the Lord giving himself as our helper. See? Like Jesus gave the Holy Spirit, Lord Chaitanya gave his spirit of devotion, even though we're not at the point of even being liberated. So he's giving us an experience of who he is before we're free. See, and the Vaishnavas are teaching the opposite now. They're teaching that you got to do this way. This is the austerity, come to the point of knowing that you're not spirit soul, and you have nothing to do with it. Very hard, very difficult. Better to have, you come in sadhu sangha and you get all this grace and the Lord shows himself to you. And this is inspiring, keeps us going. Keeps us, like now we know who the Lord is. And so, yeah, we have our false egos and this, that, and our problems and that, but still we know who God is and what he is. And the Lord keeps coming back because he gives us that taste. See, this is Bhakti Lata Bij. This is the taste for chanting the Lord's name and him awakening in our heart. That taste, that attraction, the liking to read these books, to read this stuff. Traction to yeah, go ahead.
It's like being in ocean of material nature, Maya, but settled by foot of Krishna. We are in this ocean still, but we are settled to him.
Yes, yeah, because he's revealing himself to you, him and Radha. He's showing you this, his Satchidananda form, even before we're qualified. And this is what Vaishnavas need to learn. And then your purification comes from this ecstatic communion with the Lord. I mean, that's the way it started with me from the very beginning, of just getting purified from ecstatic communion. Yeah, communication with the God, as he is, welcoming him, and all this stuff happens just from that, and not by trying to be austere and, work my way up the ranks and everything. In this way, we've surpassed, this surpassed all these gurus and everything in this way of doing it. This is why this is the stronger way. This is why Prabhupada came 1990. It has my approval. Yeah, hey man, look at where you've gone by this ecstatic worship. Show that to the world. Give it to the world now. Has my approval, Krishna's approval. Give this easy way. This is the good news for the Vaishnavas, man. It's transcendental news. Hey man, get the gardener, learn, get an experience of Krishna before you even qualify. And ecstatically, happily worship Krishna all the way through all your obstacles. You'll become like the residents of Vrindavan, even without qualification. Oh, you can do what they do. Yeah, people here are doing what they do. We do what they do. We just take shelter of Krishna, and everything is boon after boon. Everything gets taken care of. We get purified, helped, and seen everything, protecting us from demons, all of that wonderful stuff. Yeah. This is all available now again, because it's ordered by the disciplic line in Krishna. Just, come here and partake of the feast. Go ahead.
Okay.
I said my piece.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Soul, and He has no beginning. He is transcendental to the material modes of nature and beyond the existence of this material world. He is perceivable everywhere because He is self-effulgent, and by His self-effulgent luster, the entire creation is maintained.
Yeah, what makes him effulgent here in this world is knowledge. Otherwise, without knowledge, you don't see this. Effulgence is light, right? It illuminates. So you need, when you have knowledge, like when I was reading Bhagavad Gita verses like this, and Krishna's explaining, he said, actually, I'm manifested, I'm here in my unmanifested form. See, that's effulgence of truth. See, of knowledge. Otherwise, you look around here and it looks like, well, it's just a tree. See, we're in a world of names: a tree, earth, and this and that and everything. It's not very, there's not a lot for, we need some effulgence, some illumination here. And that's what Bhagavad Gita is, the truth. It illuminates, oh, this is the unmanifested form of the Lord. It kind of gives more light to it, right? More information. Otherwise, we don't know. We just look around. There's a tree. There's the ground. There's the sky. Like that. It's dark still. We need some effulgence, man. So you see, like, oh yeah, this is the Lord's unmanifested form, and you can see, and that light is happiness. Meditate. I love meditating on these things. I say, on one verse, I was just walking. I didn't even give class because I was thinking about just one sentence of Bhagavad Gita. Go forever. It's so interesting. The truth is so effulgent. It's got a light to it, life. And this is the life. This is what Jesus said. I have life. I can give it to you abundantly. This is what you get from the real guru. This kind of life, man. The ability to relish the life in God, in the truth, and yeah, it's amazing. Go ahead.
As his pastime, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, the greatest of the great, accepted the subtle material energy which is invested with three material modes of nature and which is related with Vishnu.
Say that again.
As his pastime, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, the greatest of the great, accepted the subtle material energy, which is invested with three material modes of nature, and which is related with Vishnu.
Yeah, there's two levels to this. that appear to me, right? This one level is that's us. We're accepting these three modes of nature. You know? Accepting relationship with it. And that's the problem. Because we're accepting a shadow as truth. See, this is a lie. And that's why everybody's a liar, even if you're a good person. Jarasandha was so good, but he's still a liar. He accepted the lie. He didn't accept the truth. The truth was Krishna Vrindavan, Satchidananda. That's the ultimate truth. He didn't accept. That's why I'm telling you, Vaidhi's not strong enough to get the full protection of the Lord. If you don't accept this preaching, this is Satchidananda preaching, man. If you don't accept it, you're like Jarasandha. You're still a liar, man. Still a liar. I don't care how big a guru you are. You're still a liar. You can't help from lying. You can't get the full protection of the Lord. See, the lie is to say, I'm Guru Dev and I'm not transcendentally empowered by Shuddha Bhakti. That's a lie. I am not that kind of deliverer. How dare you give me obeisances and say, Guru Dev, give me mercy. You don't have that mercy yet. You don't know what it is. We're here to teach you. Or teach your disciples. If they come first, then they'll teach you like you. You're going to teach your guru by your example of following the deeper path, the real path. You know, he's still adverse to it. Trying to compete with it. Compete all you want. We won already.
Oh my God! I mean, it's a time for small pastime. I will try to be polite. Also, my Diksha guru, he used to probably he loved to. Also, he believed that this is his duty to control complete life of his devotees, like whom you meet, what is especially what is on your Facebook wall. It was the primo because you represent him. Also, everything what was not connected to what he said or what he published was nonsense for him. And he could sometimes call me and say, okay, look, this is what you posted. I don't like it. But he was very disappointed. And he was saying, I don't like it. And I was like, okay. And, and then I left his apartment, and I think it was 6 months later. Another devotee of this Sangha, he was posting things on his wall, Facebook wall, connected to injection and so on, what is going on in the world, and he made it with sarcastic way. He did quite a lot.
Right.
And I talked to this devotee, and I give him some Hatha Yoga, Pranayama tips. He was asking, he was interested in. So I delivered him like 4 hours lecture. I explained him everything. It occurred during our conversation that he's also not so happy in his life, that he's hopeless with his sadhana, and with his whole life, private life, and he feels heavy, hopeless. And okay. And then I saw that he removed everything from his wall, which means Guru said him that this is nonsense, and he represented him, and he had to remove what he actually thought. And as soon as he removed, he wrote me the private message. Not private message. He started to comment my posts. Why are you even posting this? This is Olympia teaching, not Shyama Sundari teaching. And I knew this moment that after 6 or 7 months, they didn't let go. Guru Dev has still problem that I kept Shyama Sundari name. And at this point, I am hopeless. I cannot change him, because I ask myself, why put attention to something like this? Why you not let go? Why you not live your life? Why you not worship Lord? Why you not create things? Why you are not there? Why you are 7 months tracking me? and making, and it really showed me. So I removed them for all.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
good.
he can't help you, and just he's on his own journey. You're on yours now. Just how it is. Yeah, and see, in this life of that disciple, those are the qualities when you don't have the real shelter. You're unhappy. Your sadhana, it's like a struggle. It's like really not enjoying chanting and stuff. It's so you can't really live. You can't be yourself. All these things are the thing that's Krishna ultimately will show him that the cheese is not there yet. It's you got to
Yeah.
move on. Yeah.
But to see this, you have to be connected to you or to this kind of devotees. When I was talking to him about my relation with God, how I feel daily or how I feel when I chant, then his eyes were blooming. He could feel for a while. But then after talk with Gurudev and after deleting this stuff from his wall, he went to judge me and he started to typing. You left Guru, you have your own philosophy, we cannot agree. And I never said any words to Guru, but they leave. This topic is for them alive. So this is on platform of their mental, of their ego, because it's not true. I forgave.
That's just the seed of bhakti doesn't take deep root yet. It's just how it is. It's uprooted very easily. See, it's Jesus talked about the seed goes in of the word, giving the word, but didn't take deep root because as soon as the guru comes along, see the bull demon, just aggressive, and all of a sudden, goes right over. So, yeah, or the whirlwind, all the speculation, and captured again. But anyway, the souls are like this. Some it'll take root because they're really looking. But even what you said, like you said, he felt something. This impression stays with people, and they just either in this life, maybe a few years, who knows, maybe next life, I don't know. It just depends. You just keep just dealing with those who are available, sow the seeds, and some it'll take root like it did in you and others, and then start to grow because the person really wants Krishna. They're here for that, they know it, So anyway, there'll be all that kind of stuff coming, and Maya goes.
I think it's also very hard when somebody was renounced so many years and were teaching so many times and went to so private lives, other people. Then how you can suddenly stop to preaching something like this? It's also attachment to this.
Yeah. Well, see, that's because, see, the attachment to being like a father is just, fathers do that, they're fatherly. They want to be in your business and they can treat you like a child. But you see, that's not quite real here. This is where they're more the child. See, they don't understand that they are the babies. And he doesn't see, that's the idea. He's not in knowledge of his own real position, spiritual position. He needs a real father, actually. But so you've moved to a deeper platform, and he's trying to treat you like he treats his disciples, which it's not an exactly real thing because he's not really qualified deliverer. He's not delivered himself out of the illusion. He's still being prompted by the modes of nature in his actions and how he deals with people, because he's not really a deliverer yet. So anyway, it's just how it is. You're free, and you're able to help others that are too. Some people are helped a little bit, and some people a lot. Just.
It feels like they are copying the real thing.
They
want to be like that father, and then they copy, but they don't have the quality. And this if they want to be somebody who gives the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
but they don't have the quality. They don't have the quality.
They don't even believe in the Holy Spirit. They don't.
But that's it. They don't know that they can give, that anybody can give this.
Yeah,
They don't know that.
They don't know what it is. It's so this is like knowing Radharani. She's that spirit. You know, she's the most mysterious personality in this universe, even more so than Krishna. Well, Krishna is a mystery just because of lack of that bhakti, that devotion.
Yeah,
So, yeah, go ahead.
he said once something like, even if this all Krishna pastimes are made up, then at the end you will feel that we will feel that we did everything what is needed. And I remember I was offended because I thought, how can you say that it could be made up? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. That's an illusion also. He's saying, yeah, wait, that's like the pie in the sky preaching of ministers who don't have the ability to do anything really. They say, oh, just believe my bullshit until you die, and then you'll realize it. Yeah, you know, just no. What you bind on earth, you bind in spirit. That's what Jesus taught. That's the truth. Universal truth. You are you a real spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line in this time now is like, can you awaken the spirit of devotion that you have in others to prove that you're bona fide, that you're actually liberating people, that you're because I'm not I'll be a bullshitter if I just say, oh, this is many lifetimes. No, if I say, oh yeah, you're going to get this bhakti in this life if you really want it, and if you're purified and go through the purification, you'll get it in this life. And if that doesn't happen in some devotees who really want it, then I'm bullshitting you. See, but so this thing is a trick of Maya, is tricking him and tricking whoever believes in him. Like, oh yeah, don't worry. Here's my speculation. Oh, just believe in Krishna, whether it's real or not. Then Krishna will show you when you die, even though you don't have that quality now. No. This is, and there a lot of people believe, oh, if I just chant everything, I'm going back to Krishna Loka. Even though I don't have any feeling for Krishna now developed. No, it's here. It's here. You got to prove. That's why the Lord said, why should he send bona fide representatives of himself here? What's the point if you don't need to learn what is real bhakti here? Why did he even come here if we don't need to know what is real devotion? And stand under that. See, understanding means, what are you standing under? See, are you standing under Satchitananda? See, that's what we're standing under. Sat, Chit, and Ananda. That quality, those qualities. Are you not standing? No, I'm understanding Krishna like this, some other thing, something else, some speculation. That's a house of cards. It's going to fall.
River Yamuna is saying, oh, if this guru consciously know what they are doing.
I don't think so, personally. Unless they're real deceitful. I mean, they may know to some extent, like, I don't, it's just kind of weird. I still have a hard time accepting that people can act like a lot of these guys do, if consciously. I was so naive. I couldn't believe, but it's probably true. A lot of them are just really deceitful and deceptive, and actually kill people, and stuff like that, just beat them, have them beaten up and all this weird shit, man, and people believe them as their authority. Just like look at these people are killing people in the world with these injections. And they think nothing about it. It's like legal murder, and they say, "Oh, it's no problem, no big deal."
Yeah, they are encouraging them to leave your beloved, and then people are alone with their depression, and they don't even get Krishna. They are somewhere between, and they are. Yeah, I know A lot of people who I know, most of people who I know, they struggled with huge miserable, huge depression.
Well, it's all who you believe. It's all who you listen to. Who is your God? You know, when you're with the bona fide representative of the transcendental Lord, that's who you get. That's the protection you get. If you're not, then you're with the ones under the hypocrisy still. They're liars. They cheat. They can't help it. They may believe and have even these crocodile tears in their eyes. They believe they can deliver you, but they're not conclusive. They're not have the qualities of Satchidananda. Okay? Go ahead.
Divided into varieties by her threefold modes, material nature creates the forms of the living entities. And the living entities, seeing this, are illusioned by the knowledge covering feature of the illusory energy.
Say that last sentence again.
Oh, this is one sentence, Gurudev.
Oh, say the whole thing.
Divided into varieties by her threefold modes, material nature creates the forms of the living entities. And the living entities, seeing this, are illusioned by the knowledge covering feature of the illusory energy.
All right, that's interesting. Knowledge covering feature. See, Ramananda Roy said everything in this world is ignorance. All the knowledge of this world is ignorance. See, it covers the truth. Covers this bhakti. That's why people don't believe in it. They believe in other knowledge of the world. See, knowledge of their speculations, even on the Vedas. See, if it's speculative, it's not as it is. Therefore, it can't give real shelter. See, there's knowledge. See, the knowledge, Krishna even said, my knowledge is transcendental. See, my knowledge gives shelter. That's why if you know, but you have to know. See, knowing means experiencing, right? Knowledge really means knowing. It's knowledge of the world. It covers the truth. It's like you saying, oh, Varnashram Dharma is the ultimate goal of life. That's covering the truth. No. Bhakti, devotional love of God is the ultimate goal of life and truth of life. See, this knowledge is transcendental. It leads to a transcendental place. It's the actual method. It's the actual path, and it's the actual goal. That's the way the truth is. It's both the goal and the ultimate end of the goal. That's why the name and the qualities of the Lord as they are, his pastimes as they are, his philosophy as it is both the path and the ultimate goal of life. Because even liberated souls, they just go on continually relishing, like Arjuna, oh, this is so wonderful to hear the truth, even though they've already realized it. Okay? So those who haven't realized it's the path, you hear from such a guru and become cleansed and then delivered, and then you go on realizing it forever, relishing it forever, just like, so it's both the path and the goal. And once the goal is attained, you just go on relishing it forever. The same thing that you were used as a path before now is just your happiness. It's your body now. It's like, breathing to the body, the pastimes of the Lord are to their spiritual body. It's just like breathing now. Oh, yeah, so wonderful just to breathe, man. Breathe out the pastimes of the Lord and the qualities. Breathe them in and breathe them out and breathe them into the spiritual body. See, this is your breathing now. This is your life. That was nice, Krishna. Thank you. He gives me good stuff, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's nice that you are saying what is actually in saying what is said in purport. And I will read one akapit of this purport, okay? Because it's super that you are saying this.
Anything you want to do.
Material energy has the power to cover knowledge, but this covering cannot apply to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is applicable only to the prayach, or those who are born with material bodies, the conditioned souls. The different kinds of living entities vary according to the modes of material nature, as explained in Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literature. In Bhagavad Gita, it is very nicely explained that although the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance are born of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is not subject to them. In other words, the energy emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot act on him. It acts on the conditioned souls who are covered by the material energy.
They're taking shelter of that material energy. That's the problem. We're taking shelter of Shuddha Sattva energy. See, the Satchidananda energy, we take shelter there, and that's where the shelter is. And those who come under that shelter get liberated. That's why you're not a real, I have to harp on this until the world gets clear about this. You can't take shelter of those who are still subject to the material coverings. They still believe in it. They believe their material speculations are true. They believe their material ideas and conceptions are true. Even on the Vedas, they superimpose that on the Vedas. And the only way to be delivered is mellows. You have to relish transcendental potency without speculation. The real guru's he's got to be able to be an example of that. You got to see this person loves that name, man, just like you would see a Vrindavan resident. Otherwise, how do you know what is a Vrindavan resident? You see all these representatives that don't represent Vrindavan. They don't cry and laugh and choke up, and when they're chanting their beloved Lord Krishna's name. Okay? So these covering, people are accepting the coverings as truth, and that's a lie. Even in the mode of goodness, if you say that this one guy is trying to be an acharya, I'm an acharya of Varnashram Dharma, the ultimate goal of life. Can you believe it? He's right there on Facebook. The ultimate teaching of Lord Chaitanya. I'm acharya of Varnashram Dharma. Come under my shelter. See, I'm sorry, man. It's a lie. There's no real shelter there. I mean, a little bit maybe. But the real shelter is deliverance, man. That doesn't deliver you yet. So you're an acharya Varnashram, you're teacher of Varnashram Dharma, BFD. Nothing special now. This is special, man. Special, everything special. Special mercy, special deliverance, special happiness. Isn't it special? Everything's special about this. Special boons, special understanding, special knowledge, special specialty. It's Krishna's specialty, and we're under that specialty, that specialist, specializing in this path here.
Special guru.
What?
Special guru.
You're all becoming special gurus too. That's what I like. Man, this is great. As I am, you're becoming better than this. Better than this guy here. It's amazing. Oh yeah, so more soft, more ecstatic, more knowledgeable. Everything. I love it, man. Your guys are going to deliver me. And that is a tough task.
That's impossible, Guru Maharaj. It's
impossible. Maharaj, I can deliver you backbent.
Yeah, no, you guys. I'm telling you, I'm telling you the truth. I am protected by my disciples. That's what I like. I think it's great, fantastic, man. Fine. I like the way Krishna works. He delivers the guru with the disciples. Staunch disciples, dedicated disciples. Yeah, this is great, man. I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth. I ain't lying. I don't lie. Well, go ahead there. Continue.
Okay. translation. Because of his forgetfulness, the transcendental living entity accepts the influence of material energy as his field of activities, and thus actuated, he wrongly applies the activities to himself.
Yeah, you see, this is how you got to turn that around. Now we got to accept Satchidananda as our field of activities. And the way that's done is by entering Sadhu Sangha. And you learn all these things, how to do that. Otherwise, nobody knows. They usually accept the material activities, even Varnashram Dharma, as your field of activities, right? Isn't that what they're doing? Promoting it, doing it. Varnashram Dharma is this and that. See, their field of activities. Our field is Sadhu Sangha. Talk about the truth, discuss the truth, chant the holy name in ecstasy. Our field of activities, right? Preach it to the world, teach them these things. See, this is such a great opportunity. This is such a great treasure, man. This is a great product. Man, this is one that's it's lasting. You know how products, they don't last very long. You know, this product will last forever. It's got to be the ultimate product. You know, these activities of Satchidananda. You know, Sadhu Sangha is your way into learning about how to make that your shelter. Isn't that our shelter? People can see this is our shelter. Therefore, they don't believe it because most of the world don't believe it. They don't believe in Satchidananda. They don't know what it is. Still, it's our shelter, and it will be the shelter of so many, simply because it's more powerful than the Maya, the illusion covering it, the knowledge covering it. There's no better logic than you hear here. There's no better ecstasy and happiness than you see here, or anywhere else where Satchidananda is present, which is very rare to see. It's very different than anything else, just like Krishna is very different than anything else. Sadhu Sangha, a real one, is very different than other places where this is not the shelter. It's very rare. Prabhupada said Satchidananda is very rarely seen. They're the only ones who really know Krishna in this world. Out of thousands of realized souls, hardly one knows Krishna like the devotees here in this Sangha do. Many of them. Very different, man. Go ahead. I just had to say a couple of things.
Easy freezy, Guru Maharaj.
I can't stop this tongue. I have to put a clothespin on it or something.
So, material consciousness is the cause of one's conditional life, in which conditions are enforced upon the living entity by the material energy. Although the spirit soul does not do anything and is transcendental to such activities, he is thus affected by conditional life. The cause of the conditioned soul's material body and the senses preceding deities, the demigods, is the material nature. This is understood by learned men. The feelings of happiness and distress of the soul, who is transcendental by nature, are caused by the spirit soul himself.
Yeah, okay. You see how that works? Even though Krishna is the cause of all causes, see, this is caused, these material emotions and feelings is caused, and knowledge, all material knowledge too, is caused by the living entities. See, it's caused by association with other living entities who associate with other living entities. This is the curse. Started with Adam and Eve type thing, you know. They were under the curse after they disobeyed God. They lost touch with God, their true God, Satchidananda God. See, so everybody, this is caused by the living entities association. So we need to actually associate with the transcendental potency again. That comes through the representative of it. See, and then this is the cause of salvation, is with those who are liberated souls, because they don't cause this other thing. They don't cause speculation to be born in you. They don't cause material knowledge and information. They don't cause lies to be born in you. This is why it's hard to get this shelter here. People believe in lies. Lies is truth. Lies in religion. They can't transcend religion. They believe these gurus who are still on the level of religion. You know, like you gave that guy some life by giving him truth, and he started to light up, right? And then as soon as those who are under the shelter of even goodness come in, they get a little envious and jealous, and they bulldoze them down. See, there's not enough root in there yet. So the world is like that. But those who are meant to be attracted to this and to deliverance, they will hear this voice. They'll hear your voice. See, we work as a team, and you just go out there, you just say what you say, and people will hear it, and they will get something of substance. They will feel, maybe they won't know exactly, why do I feel so happy? But I do. Well, later, someday, Krishna will help them even more. Say, yeah, because you were with a devotee. You were with liberated souls under the shelter of the liberated current. See, the current. See, the current energy here. This is a current. It carries people back to Goloka. It's a current, a flow. See? You come into this current and you're just carried back to Vrindavan. Isn't it nice? Why not just be carried back? Because you need to. What was Gajendra doing? He just looked up to the Lord, and the Lord came down and carried him back. He grabbed his hand, his trunk, and just took him by the trunk back there. You want Krishna to come to get you by the nose and pull you back to Goloka? You ready for that there, Shamasundari? You cute little button nose, grab you there and just pull you right back to Goloka?
First split and handstand, and then I go to Goloka. He knows it. Okay. We have a deal. It's cleared. I promise.
Actually, I don't know about those poses you're doing, those yoga poses you're putting in your story over there. This is, I don't think you should do that. I think you should wear one of those burkas when you're doing yoga with the slits in your eyes. Hey, I tell you, I bet you'd attract a lot of attention. Put a burqa on and do yoga and see what people really think. Wow, that's really different.
Do you think a lot of customers will swim in my direction?
Yeah, they might. Maybe there are a lot of Muslims there in Germany. If not, you'll do a nice online service, because in Turkey and all these other places, they'll be watching. They think, oh wow, it's yoga for us. All right, man.
Guru Maharaj, you are cute. I will keep going.
Go ahead, keep going.
Translation. Devahuti said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly explain the characteristics of Supreme Person and his energies, for both of these are the cause of this manifest and unmanifest creation.
Read that sentence again.
Devahuti said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly explain the characteristics of the Supreme Person and his energies.
See, both. There we go. See, the Supreme Person and his energies. See, highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion. Please explain. See, this is what we need to hear. Explanation by a living person. Please explain and discuss. Let us discuss this. Otherwise, we don't know clearly nothing. This is why Bhagavatam is written for discussion. Purport is about a discussion. Prabhupada's discussing it. We're discussing it here. Please explain. See, this is the process. Everything is in that sentence. Everything is in every sentence in the Bhagavatam. The whole thing is complete. Please explain. See, hear from a bona fide spiritual master, a real devotee who knows. He's under knowing. He experiences. He experiences supreme truth. He can see it, distinguish it from the material energies. You know, how this material energy is going on. See, please discuss with real devotees. Srimad Bhagavatam is greatly pleasing to hear these discussions because it's effulgent. It's supreme reality. It's got to be more light. We like light, right? We like who wants to live in the dark? People are all living, the sun is out and people still living in the dark. Can you believe it? Darkness is everywhere and they're still like, oh man, look at all this light here in this all darkness. All these political discussions on Facebook all day, all this dark. Very unhappy feeling for devotees to listen to this. It's like crow food, man. Yeah. You got the demons fighting the good people, the good, who are trying to be truthful, but they're still liars. Everybody's still a liar. You get out of the whole dance, man. All frogs, demons and demigods, frog-like, still frogs. Croak, croak, croak. Let us talk about the material energy. Let us talk about this and that. And they'd have there's never any discussion how it relates to God, how it relates to the truth. Therefore, it's illusion. See? Krishna told Brahma, anything in this world that it appears to be devoid of a relationship with me is my Maya. So why listen to any of that alone? You got to see its relationship with Krishna and then discuss it like that. Then people learn something. Otherwise, nobody's learning anything. They're going around like a rat on this wheel. Samsara, back and forth. Sometimes a demigod, sometimes a demon. Sometimes liberated, then come back here and associate with whatever modes. It's like a rat. See? Because they're not taught Bhagavatam. Okay.
Okay. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the unmanifested eternal combination of the three modes is the cause of the manifest state and is called Pradhama. It is called Prakriti when in the manifested stage of existence. The aggregate elements, namely the five gross elements, the five subtle elements, the four eternal senses, the five senses for gathering knowledge, and the five outward organs of action are known as the pradhana. There are five gross elements, namely earth, water, fire, air, and ether. There are also five subtle elements, smell, taste, color, touch, and sound. The senses for acquiring knowledge and the organs for action number 10, namely the auditory sense, the sense of taste, the tactile sense, the sense of sight, the sense of smell, the active organ.
This is the problem. Otherwise, now this getting really like deep and complicated and everything. But to sum it up is very easy. We have the senses. We have the ears, the eyes, the smell, the mouth. Now, what are we using that for? People are using it to ascertain material things. See, therefore they stay bound. Here, when we use our eyes to see the truth, man, and our ears, well, basically use our ears. Best thing is to hear and discuss the truth. Use our mouth to discuss the truth, to chant the Lord's holy name. Now we're going to ascertain eternal truth, man. That's going to liberate us. If you don't do that, that's why Lord Chaitanya said, "Oh, people are really dumb now. Kali Yuga." Just chant the name, man. Chant in association with my real devotees and get an experience of the truth. Okay? Now you're using your mouth not to degrade yourself by material talks and materialistic ideas and conceptions and discussions. Now you're using your mouth to ascertain the eternal reality. See, the mouth and the ears are both a source of liberation or degradation. Okay? Sadhu Sangha is so powerful because those who come and kind of stay around, you'll get stronger. You'll overcome Maya's influence, trying to pull you down all the time. Here we pull you up, and this is much necessary. You think anybody would make it on their own before? No, look at you guys are coming out of the Maya by listening to these discussions, talking, hearing. See, because this mouth is not being used to degrade you. It's not lying to you. It's not telling you to do ignorant things as truthful things. No, it's telling take shelter of the truth, man. Become a devotee. Develop this attraction to glorifying the Lord. Get this mercy by being in sadhu sangha. A lot of people, you need to know that if your chanting is getting better, you got to make the connection ultimately that it's because of sadhu sangha. Don't think like some people do. Oh, my chanting is getting better now. It's because this is the direct mercy of the Lord. No, you're getting that because of associating with real devotees, and all this stuff is clearing so you can chant the holy name with attraction. You give up this, you'll find your chanting will get worse. It'll start to reflect your consciousness in the mode of goodness, and maybe worse, it'll go down. You're by being offensive to the form of the Lord, you get what happened to Brahma. You know what happened to Brahma? He stole the cowherd boys. He could not recognize his Lord was Krishna. He thought it was Narayan. He couldn't. Oh no, this is mundane. I'll steal those cowherd boys. See? So what happens? He goes to go visit Krishna in Dwarka later on, and all he saw was the light. His realization was diminished down to Brahman. He said, why can't I see Krishna? Well, you're offensive, man. You went against Krishna. You went and took his nice boys he likes to play with. That's a pastime, by the way, but it just illustrates things. The same thing, you come here and you get all this wonderful blessing. See? And then you end up becoming offensive. Basically you lose aparad, you lose affection for what we're doing, and you go out there and you develop affection for something else. See, then you lose the realization of the glories of happening here. I've seen this. I just heard about it. The guy was coming here for a couple of years, and he was getting great, so much bhakti and writing wonderful songs, amazing everything. And then he leaves. And then his realization diminished to the point where he says, actually, there's no bhakti. I was just somebody told me about this. Oh, there's actually no prema in this world now.
He's back to mouse.
He's back to mouse, just like Prabhupada talked. Back to mouse. And others too. Same thing. My ex-wife. I mean, I just, thank you for being Bhagavatam examples, because you're going to probably help a lot of people and yourself ultimately by being pointed out. You may not like it because the false ego never likes the truth, but it's the truth. It's the only possibility of everybody the Lord pointed out became a pure devotee. So you may not like what I say or believe it, and you react and hate it and all that, but you're gonna become purified by it eventually, because that's the way this works. My ex-wife leaves here. She leaves her service and everything and goes to make flower garlands. Her hands were diminishing into getting all like messed up and everything from the doing that, and she says, well, with my Guru Dev, and so insulting to her real guru right here, someday I'm going to get some prema because after many lifetimes I can do this now. I said, you stupid fool, look where you've ended up, and going crazy a couple of times too to boot. Not getting the real protection. A guy I threw out of here, one of these real hypocrites, a real desire, and the guy was poison personified. She goes and gets involved with him. Gets tricked by him. What is that saying? Here, I'm protecting my disciples because Krishna protects everything here. Even my disciple, I threw him out. And she's not protected. See? So that's how much power her guru has. She went insane after that. What kind of power? Why are you believing in these idiots? They can't even protect you. You think that would have happened here? No, because we've got the real Shuddha Bhakti protection here. The Lord does take this seriously here. He helps everybody here. Because we welcome the real Lord, not bullshit ideas about who Krishna is, not speculations, right? A real God is here. Yeah, solid, right there, Shamali, solid here. Can you feel that?
Yes, he's helping every day. No joke.
Yeah, no joke, man. Powerful Lord, our Lord's supreme personality of Godhead. And we know that. We are understanding that, proving it to the Lord and the world that we are standing under Satchidananda and glorifying that and just smacking everything that's not like that as illusion. It needs a good smacking, a good spanking. Paddling. This is paddling with the truth, man. If you believe in the truth, in the illusion like that, you know, why is he so mean? We're just giving you paddling for believing in illusion, man. Hey, better to take the paddling here because you're getting paddled anyway. Here it ends up in bliss, man. Take the purification, you're miserable, and then just take the paddling here, and it ends up in bliss. Otherwise, the other paddling ends up in another birth. Go ahead there, young lady.
Mm-hmm. The eternal subtle senses are experienced as having four aspects in the shape of mind, intelligence, ego, and contaminated consciousness.
Read that again.
The internal subtle senses are experienced as having four aspects in the shape of mind, intelligence, ego, and contaminated consciousness.
See, internal senses. This is the pollution. It has the qualities of the material nature. See, they're attracted. They're sustained by that. Read that sentence again. I want to point out a couple of things.
The eternal subtle senses are experienced as having four aspects in the shape of mind, intelligence.
See, material mind. See, your mind, the internal things are polluted with the material mind. What is the other one?
Intelligence.
Intelligent, material intelligence. You put all this bullshit in your mind, material knowledge. It's contamination. Your internal senses are contaminated by the material nature. They're bonded with it like glue. See, therefore you speak like a materialist. That's why I hear even gurus, they talk like material vibrations. See? Because their mind's still contaminated with material attraction, bonding. What's the other one? Ego, false identification. They think they're a mind, material mind. They think they're their material emotions. They think the mode of goodness of being a good person is transcendental. This is all misunderstanding. That's false identification, false ID. See, they're not identifying with Satchidananda. They're not identifying with the truth as it is. See, that's our real identity. See, so false ego is just a false identification with something material. If you know you're spiritual, you don't have to, that's who you are. I'm a servant of the transcendental Lord. Where's the false ego in that? This is the quality. You speak the truth, man. See, that's what you need to hear. Be under the shelter of truth and those who speak it. Otherwise, you're under the shelter of lies and those who lie to you. You got to find, you want deliverance, you got to find somebody who really is understanding Krishna. They're standing under the real Krishna, Sat, Chit, and Ananda manifestation that sustains them in this world. See, that is the nature of their internal sense of in their tongue, on their tongue. See, in their ears. Their faith and belief is in that. See? In their eyes, they see the real form of the Lord because of, in their heart, devotion is awakened. See, everything is steeped in the Lord. That's how we're delivered, man. We gotta keep this going. Sadhu Sangha, always remember this. We're doing the real religion of the age is a pure one. It's just constant chanting of the Lord's name and pastimes and qualities, and have this awakening of the spontaneous love. Okay. That's it. How else can we purify these internal senses? We've got to get that external stuff expunged from our record and have our name written back in the book of life. Our real name. Our name as a servant of the Lord of Vrindavan. Now, that's our line. Vrindavan.
Distinctions between them can be made only by different functions, since they represent different characteristics. All these are considered the qualified Brahman. The mixing element, which is known as time, is counted as the 25th element. The influence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is felt in the time factor, which causes fear of death due to the false ego of the deluded soul who has contact material nature.
Isn't that amazing? You notice how much fear there is in this world now? Fear and anxiety, panic. See, this is all because of contaminated, the senses of the living entities are contaminated by material energy. The best way is associating with devotees and get our tongues purified, get our ears purified. Actually, that's where it starts. Purify this. Get our hearts purified. See, the Lord will begin to awaken our heart, give us real purification. Otherwise, everything, there's no stronger path really now. We need direly the association of real devotees where real bhakti is. That's why Lord Chaitanya said the only bhakti is being offered in this world. That's the only thing that's worthy of anything. Since he descended, really, that's where it's all about, is to understand this Lord and relish what he relished and his devotees relish. If you can't do that now, you're not delivered. You don't understand the descent of the Lord. You're not standing under his grace because you don't know what it is. You got to be in sadhu sangha. You got to learn from real devotees these things. Otherwise, you won't know. It's the greatest mystery. It's like Shukadev Goswami speaking Bhagavatam. And so Maharaj Parikshit said, hey, please tell me these things. It's the nature of Guru to share confidential subject matters with his surrendered disciples and friends. See, that's it. See, so that's why if you don't take shelter of a real spiritual master and real devotee, then you will not understand confidential things. You need a living guru like the books all teach again and again and again. Otherwise, it's not sufficient. Unless you can read that book and ecstasy awakens, then there you go. The Lord will teach you. But how many people are at that stage? See, they come here and you get qualified like that, and then you will read the book and many realizations come. You getting realizations now, Shyamasundari? Yeah. See, that's how. See, it's this path.
I learned a lot today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. So they come from the outside, through like discussions, and also within, you start walking around. You'll have what I experience, you'll start experiencing too. You'll be walking around and things will come, like amazing things that you were, just bring back to your remembrance. And it's life, man. It's like, oh, this is so great. Thank you, Lord. Or you read the books and you get all this insight. It's like you're in a candy store, man. All candies everywhere. Every little sentence, word, right there, Lolita? Every little thing. Isn't that so nice? Isn't that life-giving? Ooh. I tell you, man, this is treasure. This is on the marketplace now. We're here. We're cold canvassing. Actually, it's pretty hot canvassing. We got the hot seller now.
You just have to give him a mango and he gives you a whole box.
A whole box, man. Yeah, you're the mango, man. Yeah, just give your ears over, man. Give a mango of your ears. Or it says, "Ooh, yeah, offer me that mango, man. And I'll squash a bunch of them in your faces. All your juice all over your face."
Yeah. He gives us a whole working mango tree that's alive and giving fruits all the time. It's
all the time,
flowing on and on. Not just the box. It's connected to the life source.
Yeah,
like a tree that brings fruit again and again.
Look at it, Tom. Where does he get all these realizations? They're all conclusive, man. Where are you getting this stuff? Where are you stealing this from? Are you stealing from Krishna now? I think he's able to steal from Krishna now. He's become a thief like him. He's eating spaghetti. Look at this, all over his face. Who said you can eat spaghetti in Sadhu Sangha? It's only popcorn. It's light. It's too heavy.
Popcorn with ghee and cheese, is that light?
Who's that Karuna doing over there? What's it? Let's check him out a little bit here. I want to see what he's doing here. Let's see here. Let's check him out. Oh, he's meditating. Oh, he's a meditator now. It's being serious.
It's serious meditation, yeah. Not even eyebrow move.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they're totally neutral in all aspects. Oop, he itched himself. That's an offense. He scratched his face. The whole world is looking at you, Karuna. Let's see if we can break his meditation. Look at the pretty girl. He's smiling now. See, look at the pretty girl, man. Yes, she's got high heels. Oh wow.
He will be disgusted by the high heels.
Well, we can't break his meditation. It's amazing.
He showed a nice picture. And he posted a nice picture with us and then his picture.
Oh, really? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll check it out.
Maybe that brings him to smile again.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shama Sundari. Read some more.
Yes. My dear mother, O daughter of Svayam Bhuva Manu, the time factor, as I have explained, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom the creation begins as a result of the agitation of the neutral, unmanifested nature.
See, isn't that interesting, this time factor, how it's factored into this whole thing? So the time, we got a certain amount of time here in this world. So it could be used as to degrade our consciousness or to purify it. See, so everything becomes reversed. Here, we're entering into the eternal time factor. There's an eternal time, and that's what we're doing. This is eternal time. It's Krishna's pastimes are always ever fresh. This is the eternal time we're entering into, even here. So the time factor is for us here. See? We're using the time factor in a way that purifies our existence instead of polluting it. See, people are polluting themselves because of lack of knowledge and information. See, they're acting and using the eternal time factor to destroy themselves and to destroy others. This is the curse. See, so this is why people are in fear now, even more so, because see, in the mode of goodness, there's less fear. Because you're acting more in accordance. But in the mode of passion and ignorance, which the vibration now is trying to increase this fear, because that's what it does. It destroys, increases fear, disconnection. See, so people are becoming more fearful because the good people are, being like not so much in charge. We're being taught not to believe in even good people. See, so the time factor is acting for both parties, actually, and everybody will be, unless you take shelter of the transcendental potency, and then the time factor works for us. Yeah, that's why it says one of the qualities of what devotees is they don't like to waste time. See, they don't want to waste their time because they want to use that for spiritual advancement.
Yeah, here in this verse is said that the time factor is the supreme personality of Godhead, and I'm 29, and since since I remember, the first realization was God. I always knew that he's there for me.
Mm-hmm.
But in my life was up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and over and over and over. And when I met Krishna consciousness, then I started to experience more permanent time of being happy. And the last year with you, hearing you all year, I learned how to learn. I smashed my ego like I didn't in 28 years, and everything speeded, and it's amazing. It's everything. It's just like this. So the time with Krishna has another quality, and you can do more. You can grow very faster.
Yeah, it's progressive. You see how devotees often go through this Vaidhi process and come here because, especially like you said, you always had that in your heart that you wanted Krishna. You knew that. And a lot of devotees coming here do that. But then they go through the Vaidhi stage a little bit. It helps you. And then you realize, there must be something more. And then Krishna presents it. And then you go for it. See? So that's called Raganuga. See, this has been presented and you're going for it. A lot of people, this is being presented, but they're not going for it. They think, I'm not qualified. He's not qualified. I got to become qualified to go for this. Okay, well, then you're not candidate for the Raganuga.
You know why I liked for a while rules and regulation? Because they smashed my false ego and it always gave me a satisfaction. For example, sometimes when I experience crash in my life, the impulse when my false ego is smashing, I'm crying for a while. I make for a while drama, but I feel that this is good for me. And 5 minutes later, I'm okay, this is good. And I'm swimming up, and the rules and regulation made it for me. They polished my character and my ego, but then I reached point when they wanted for me sacrifice myself, my true self. And this I didn't like. Because Lord, I experienced before, it was not Krishna name, but it was my father, it was my source, it was eternally connected source in my life, and I know that I can be myself. And those who said that I'm pretender and I didn't feel this in my heart, Then we don't have anything to talk about.
That's right. Yeah, you give it up like stool. Okay, I think it's time for me to move around a little bit. Thank you very much for that great reading there, Shamasundari. It's good knowledge. Good to have some discussion on that.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome. And thank you, Lalita. And thank you, old meditator there, Karuna, and Tom, and everybody
All
else.
glories to Karuna.
Yeah, thank you, Lalita. She's gone already, man. She says, "Oh, time to go."
Super classes. I really learned a lot. I will contemplate and apply to my life. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I feel
thank
more
you.
rich.
Yeah. And thank you, audience. Thank you, Amma and Janaki and Bhakti Tom and whoever else is out there. Karuna. Yeah, yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Lalita
everybody.
Madhava. All right. Okay, Haribo. Yes. Yeah. Look at that Karuna. Interesting space. Okay, see you guys later, huh? Hare Krishna. Yeah, it looks like I was still live, I heard. Okay, so I got to go off here.